Okay, hi everyone, Josh here again. So I'm here again to refute the affirmative's proposition that the minimum wage should be increased to $10 an hour. The affirmative stated that basically their first claim was that the cost of living has increased and the minimum wage has not. They also said that we have lost 5.8% of our purchasing power to inflation. However, their proposition would make it so that in order to counteract that 5.8% of purchasing power, that we increase the minimum wage by 33%. That's a little weird to me, because if you lose 5.8% of your purchasing power, wouldn't you raise your minimum wage by 5.8%? That would mean that people would have 4 times their purchasing power in 2016 than they did in 2009 or 2008, whenever the minimum wage was last increased. They also stated that when they were refuting our claim about wage push inflation, they cited San Francisco, and that it was the first municipality to increase the minimum wage to $8.50. And they also stated that there was no significant difference in the hours that were worked. However, how many jobs? They didn't cite how many jobs were lost because the hours were the same. In order to have the same amount of hours that are worked, in order to have the same amount of hours worked at a higher wage, you would have to let go people. They never made any reference to how many jobs were lost. They also said that they also stated in response to our claim that the U.S. dollar would go down, that there would be more money to be spent by the workers. That we agree with that. That yes, the minimum wage would go up and there might be more money. There might be more money to be spent. However, that is due to a lower percentage of people, because again, if you raise the wage of people, if you raise the wage of minimum wage workers, you'd have to cut some of those workers again. Let's see, what else did they say? Yeah, all the claims that they have spoken about and given examples for, they have only given examples for people who are living in large cities. San Francisco, Orange County would technically be a large city. New York would be a large city. However, or it doesn't matter whether it's city or state, it still has a high living wage, but it doesn't. They still haven't responded to our fact that like a smaller, an area with a smaller minimum wage would still, the minimum wage workers would be relatively more wealthy than those people who are working for minimum wage in the small cities. So because they didn't respond to that, silence is consent, and therefore they agree with us on that. Let's see. They also stated the fact that that cities, they also said that it doesn't matter where the higher minimum wage is, we just have to increase the minimum wage. Again, I bring up the point of the variable minimum wage. The living rate is not the same in all cities, so therefore, again, we push for the fact that we should instead increase the minimum wage in individual states rather than the federal minimum wage in the entire nation. Thanks.